Welcome to today's tutorial where we'll be building a real estate decentralized application, DApp, using Java and the Ethereum blockchain. Throughout this video, I'll be taking you through the steps to create a simple real estate property listing DApp that includes property registration, ownership verification, and browsing functionalities. By the end, you'll have a working DApp that showcases how to use blockchain for real estate transactions. Before we start coding, let's ensure we have all the necessary tools installed. We will need Java Development Kit, JDK, an Ethereum client like Ganache, and a Java library for Web3 integration. If you haven't installed these, please do so now. You will also need an IDE for coding. I recommend IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse, but feel free to use whatever you are comfortable with. Let's start with setting up our smart contract in Solidity, which will manage our real estate properties. Open your text editor and create a new file named realestate.sol. This will define our property structure, methods to register a property, and to transfer ownership. This contract contains a struct for property, a mapping for storing properties, and two functions, one for registering properties and another for transferring ownership. The property count variable helps us to uniquely identify each property. Now, let's compile and deploy our smart contract using the Remix IDE. Go to remix at remix.ethereum.org, create a new file and copy-paste the Solidity code we created. Click on Solidity Compiler on the left and compile the contract. If everything is fine, you should see no errors. Next, let's deploy our smart contract. Switch to the Deploy tab. Ensure the correct contract, real estate, is selected and click on Deploy. After deployment, make sure to note down the smart contract address as you'll need it when we integrate with Java. Now it's time to set up our Java project. Create a new Java project in your IDE and add the Web3j library to your project. You can add the dependencies using Maven. Open your pom.xml file and include the following dependency. With Web3j integration set up, let's create a class to interact with our deployed smart contract. Create a new Java class named realestateDApp.java. This class will contain methods to register properties and transfer ownership. In this class, we establish a connection to the Ethereum network and load our smart contract. Make sure to replace your_private for here and your_tract_address for here with your actual private key and the deployed contract address. The next step is to implement the method to register a property. Below the constructor in the realestateDApp.java class, add the following method. This method will call the register property function of the smart contract, passing in the property details and logging the transaction hash once completed. Next, we'll implement the method to transfer property ownership similarly. Great! We have the basics set up to interact with our smart contract. Now let's create a main method to test our functionality. Add the main method in the same class below the previous methods. In this main method, we create an instance of our DApp and call the methods to register a property and transfer ownership. Again, make sure to replace 0xNewOwnerAddress here with a valid Ethereum address. Let's run our application. Open your terminal, navigate to the directory where your project is located, and execute the following command to run the Java application. Once executed, if everything is set correctly, you will see the property registration and ownership transfer output in your terminal. Voila! We have successfully created a DApp that registers properties and transfers ownership on the Ethereum blockchain. To wrap up, let's discuss some next steps. You might want to integrate a front-end interface using a framework like React or Vue.js, enabling users to interact with your DApp more intuitively. You could also enhance security features to ensure safe transactions. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you for following along, and happy coding!